Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rebel RX. You're watching Rebel RX. Welcome back to Doki Doki Fallen Angel. I think this is part 16 at this point. So in the last one, we're trying to figure out how to make it through. Yuri is gone at this point, unfortunately. If you didn't watch that episode, and if you're just now joining us in the series here, I'd say go back and watch the other parts before watching this one. That way you can catch up everything with the story and all that. So without further ado, we're just going to get straight into it. I jolt awake in a cold sweat. I look around my room. How did I even get here? Last thing I remember was Natsuki visiting yesterday. Was that yesterday? What day is it? I look outside my window. There's nothing but gray. I climb out of bed and immediately fall to my knees. My head is throbbing. I head towards the bathroom to cool off. I turn on the cold water and begin to rinse my face. Over the running of the faucet, I hear an ominous noise. You failure. My head jerks up and I find myself face to face with my reflection. He has a twisted grin on his face. You couldn't save her. What's wrong with you? Do you know how important you were to her? Stop it. You let her die alone. No, stop it. She died alone. Shut up. I cover my ears with my hands. I squeeze my ears so tightly my ear canals begin to hurt. You're not real. Oh, I'm as real as you are. I am just a reflection of you, after all. He or I say that in a matter-of-fact way. You can't hide from yourself. Stop talking to me. Do you know how much you meant to her? Why are you doing this? You meant everything to her, and then you just yelled right into her face. This is insanity. Insanity? Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity? Shut up, please. I lean my head atop the counter. My tears leave my eyes and crash onto the tile. You're going to need a wet floor sign. Ooh, F you. Oh, that's no way to speak to yourself. I hate you. You seem to forget that I am you. So therefore you hate yourself. It makes sense, really. You're mad, depressed, in denial. Those terms sound familiar. I'm not depressed. Is that why you've been crying? Why you scream when no one can even hear you? I sure hope you don't try to hang yourself. Shut up! Damn. I punch my glass self in his face. Shattered pieces fall to the ground in a symphony of crashes. I stare down at our broken pieces. With shaky hands I pick up a long shard of glass. It's only thick enough for me to see my own eyes. It scares me. The emptiness in my eyes. I look up to what remains of my mirror. My condescending self is gone. Broken. My eyes shoot back down to the shard in my hand. Oh. With my right hand I firmly grasp it. My vision begins to crane towards a blank canvas that is my left arm. Like writing a book, right? This glass, my pen, my blood, the ink. I press the cold glass against my skin. No, don't, bro. My body shivers upon contact. My hands continue to shake violently. I angle the blade longways and clench my eyes shut. Just one cut. I have to see her again. I can't go on like this. I just want to be with her again. I just want to see her. My breathing grows heavier and heavier, and my arm refuses to move. Do it. Do it. Damn it. I drop the glass shard and it breaks into even smaller pieces among impact. I can't do it. Good, don't. My breaths grow shallow. I slide down my bathroom wall until I reach the floor. I can't do it. I huddle into a fetal position on the freezing tiles. My body lays still in a puddle of blood and tears. Broken remnants of my mirror in front of me. Tears continue to pour out my face. Why, Yuri? Why is it that every time you make me cry, I love you a little bit more? I continue to cry until I can't cry anymore. I cry until I no longer feel the pain inside. Damn. You unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Acceptance. Time doesn't heal all wounds. It just allows you to become numb to the pain. It's been a long ride. There's a lot of things I wish I didn't do. I bottled all my pain inside, but now I have to let go of you. The memories we made, all the time we shared, all the love we gave, and that perfume in your hair. Your name is etched into my heart. Your laugh will ring to my ears. I refuse to let me be torn apart. I won't be consumed by my fears. I continue life with you in mind and live every day just for you. The wounds will heal given time as you sit there in that sky of blue. You lay there still without a sound and fly up to heaven's sky. The casket sinks into the ground, and thus I say my last goodbye to my amethyst angel. That's about to make me cry, damn. That's about to frickin' make me cry. Ugh. My eyes open ever so slowly. My body goes into a state of shock. What the hell? How did I get here? I pan my eyes along the landscape. How am I here? I was at home. I remember falling asleep on the floor. The low-hanging sun blinds my vision. I raise my hand to shield my eyes. Suddenly I spot a figure in the distance. I slowly walk towards it. Slowly but surely, the figure starts to take form. Yuri! I pick up my pace. Yuri? Yuri! I wave my arms to get her attention. Eventually I arrive just a few feet from her. Hello, Rebel. Yuri! Damn it! Take a look around at the landscape. Yuri has her back turned towards me as if she's looking at the same scene as me. She gives me a sidelong glance. Yuri, what's going on? What do you mean? Am I dead? Do you feel dead? I pat my hands along my body. No. Is this a dream or is this real? Aren't dreams just reflections of the real world? Now is not the time for riddles. I begin to take some steps and reach out to her. Oh, what the? I press my hands in front of me. Ripples float through the air. There's some sort of magical barrier between me and her. Yuri. I can't get through. I bang my hands against the wall. Yuri finally turns to me. You're not ready yet. What? Her voice has an echoey, almost angelic sound to it. Sounds far away, but so clear at the same time. No, please. Please let me in. I wish I could. But if I let you, you won't be able to go back. What if I don't want to go back? I want to be with you. I know. But you have others who rely on you. They need you. I'll just let them down like I let you down. Yuri gives me a puzzled look. I'm sorry. I begin to cry. My tears glide down my cheeks to my chin before crashing down to earth. I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have yelled at you. I should have been there to support you when you needed me. Tell me, Rebel. Why do you blame yourself? Isn't it obvious? I didn't do anything to help you. You have no idea how much you've helped me. If it weren't for you, I would have taken my life long before. I would have died without at least knowing what true love is like. I can't imagine a worse way to go. But I don't want you to go. I respond in a shrill voice. It hurts to talk through my tears. I can't do this without you. Did my poem not mean anything to you? I meant every word I said. How can you be so quick to forgive me? Rebel, you are never to blame in the first place. Now my tears just spill straight from my eye sockets. I don't know what to do. I need your help. There has to be a way to bring you back. I think we both know that's not possible. My voice drops down to a whisper. I know. It's just so hard. My heart just refuses to move on. It's like my mind is telling me it's just not worth it anymore. Why live when the only thing worth living for is gone? And the reason she's gone is because of me. Damn. I continue to hang my head in sorrow and watch as my tears hit the dirt. Can you answer another question for me, Rebel? Hypothetically, if you were diagnosed with cancer tomorrow, would you blame yourself for getting sick? What? That was a random question? No. No, I wouldn't. She steps closer to me, as close as this invisible barrier will allow her. Then why do you blame yourself for having depression? Oh, not at me. It's like she's staring directly into my soul. She's staring at my true self. I found speechless. The words she's saying toss and turn in my head. You have to go now. Wait, but you have your own life to live. You have other people counting on you. Please don't make the same mistake I did. But what about you? What about us? She gives me a soft smile. I can wait for you. Perhaps when I see you again, we can hold hands just like we used to. Yuri. I'm literally about to start crying because of this. Now it's my turn to give her a soft smile. A soft, teary-eyed smile. Yuri. I think I finally learned what love is. Perhaps you can tell me what that meaning is when we see each other again. When will that... But now you have someone waiting for you. What? No, Yuri! Sayori! Rebel, where are you? Ugh! Damn. I wake up in a cold sweat on my bathroom floor. What happened? Where's Yuri? I look around trying to collect my bearings. The shattered remains of my mirror are on the floor. I finally realize where I am. Hello? Anyone home? A familiar voice calls out from my bathroom door. Sayori. She can't see me like this. I attempt to get up. Ah! My head feels like splitting open. I press my hand against my forehead and shut my eyes tightly. I feel my brain pounding against the front of my skull. The bathroom door gently opened. Rebel! Oh, what did you do? Her eyes begin to scan the room like a detective. She notices the glass on the floor and the blood on my knuckles. Sayori grabs my wrist and examines my hand. You punched your mirror? She says that with a disappointed tone. I didn't like what I saw. Rebel, do you think you're ugly? Because you're not. Thanks, Sayori. Now let's clean you up. Bingo! Let's get you off your butt. Chop chop. Sayori throws my arm over her shoulder and pulls me up. I try not to put my weight on her, but as soon as I stand up, my eyes enter another dimension and I become dizzy. Sayori supports me. Here, lay it on the counter. She carefully sweeps off any excess shards of glass. I do as I'm told. Well, I do as I'm told, and I rest myself upon the bathroom counter. What are you doing here? The doctor told me I was in good enough condition to leave. So I figured before I went home I'd visit you, and I'm glad I did. How long have you been on the floor? I have no idea. You really should. You really shouldn't sleep on the floor. It's bad for your neck. I know. I still find myself victim of one of Sayori's lectures. She gestures for me to raise my hand over the sink, and I do so. The bottle of peroxide hovers menacingly over my hand. This is gonna sting. I know. Sayori tips the bottle. I keep my mouth shut tight to not show any display of pain. Sayori dabs the wound with a wet towel and begins to bandage it up. I guess you learned some stuff while in the hospital, huh? Sayori gives me a large smile. Just call me Nurse Sayori from now on. This kind of reminds me of when we were little kids. How so? Well, the roles are reversed now, but I remember when we were little kids, we would always play in the neighborhood. We would run around, climb trees. I would always try to keep up with you despite you being much faster. Sometimes I would fall and get hurt. Then you would stop everything and come care for me. When I scrape my knee or cut my hand, you were always there to help me. You'd say, Sayori, look at me. It's okay. Everything will be okay. I remember I used to just start carrying around band-aids in my pocket just in case you hurt yourself. You would make me feel better and stayed with me until the pain went away. Getting into trouble left and right. I guess I always assumed Sayori and I were equal. I didn't realize that all this time she was just trying to stay close to me. Remember when I fell in that pond near the park? Funny enough, I once, it wasn't near a park, it was at a park. I fell in a pond once, like over a decade ago. You jumped in because I was drowning. You weren't drowning. The water was only about 2 feet deep. Is that so? I realize my hand has already been fully bandaged, yet Sayori still hasn't let go of it. My eyes lock onto her sky blue eyes. This is what Yuri meant, isn't it? I have unfinished business here. I can't leave without knowing the people I care about will be okay. Sayori notices she's been holding my hand and quickly lets go. Sorry. It's fine. We should sit down somewhere. Sayori and I step out into my room. I take a seat on my bed. Hey, what's that? Sayori walks towards a small wooden box sitting atop my nightstand. It looks like a radio. Yeah, it is. I remember when Yuri gave me that radio as a gift. That's one of the few things I have to remember her by. Sayori bends down eye level with a wooden radio. Her eyes dazzle like a child's. She brushes her hand along its edges. Eventually, her fingers find the dials, and then the room fills with music. Not a bad tune. I like it. Sayori begins bobbing her head up and down to the rhythm. This one will be kind of a slow bob, though. This is really cute. Where'd you get it? Yuri gave it to me. Where's Yuri now? Oh, Sayori doesn't know. Sayori, why don't you take a seat? Where do I even begin? All the way from the beginning. Remember that day when Yuri and Monica got into an argument? And Yuri ran out of the room? I tell Sayori the whole story. I give her as many details as I can over what's happened the past several months. Well, everything minus the past few days. No, that's not true. That's impossible. I stay silent to allow Sayori to process what she just heard. You're lying. Sayori throws herself onto me. I can feel a wet spot form on my shoulder. She cries loudly into my ears. I simply stroke the back of her head to comfort her. Every few minutes, Sayori seems to compose herself as much as she can. I grab her by the shoulders. Sayori, look at me. I speak to her in a soft voice as if she was made of glass that could shatter by any loud noise. It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm here for you. Always. Sayori nods as she wipes away her tears. You seem to be taking this rather well. I look down at my bandaged hand. I wouldn't exactly say that. Recently I did have a change of heart. What's the word for that? An epiphany. I don't think that's quite right, but sure, we'll go with that. She gives me a small grin. I can't really explain it very well. It's just like something inside me is telling me that it's time to move on. I know it's weird, but I believe you. Sayori brushes the hair out of my face. You're my best friend, Sayori. And I mean that in the best way possible. It just took me some time to understand that. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've hurt a lot of people. I suppose we're both just huge messes, huh? That's why we make such great friends. She gives me the most sincere smile I've ever seen rest upon her face. I suppose I was wrong, Sayori. You can't really fully get rid of depression. Not alone, at least. I turn to my bathroom. Don't make the same mistake I did. Yuri's words ring through my ears. I think it's best if we take this journey together. No one can battle their demons alone. I think I like that. So what do we do now? Keep on living, I suppose. Yuri may not be here physically, but I believe she's somewhere out there, waiting for me. Sayori stares over at my bathroom as well. She then looks at my wrist. And a small indent on where I press the glass against my arm. Oh! I need you to stay here. She places her small hands over the area of my arm I nearly cut open. Please. Stare at her. I peer straight into her blue eyes. Her windows of the soul. I'll stay here. I grab her hand and entwine my fingers with hers. You promise? I promise, Sayori. My story isn't over yet. The epilogue. Okay. Wait. 1 year later. Hold on. But did you see that, though? The icon right there. Okay? The icon right there. It was Yuri's silhouette under a light. Think about it. Yuri, in the main game, Yuri has a poem called Ghost Under the Light. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is all the time that I have for this episode. I thank y'all so much for watching, and I just want to say that to anyone out there that may struggle with these kinds of problems and stuff, you're not alone, okay? You're not alone, and you'll never be alone. Not even if it was like physically, it might be as well. Even though like physically it may seem like you're alone, but you never are. 2025 is the year that we rise up. Alright, we rise together and we stand forever. I will see you all in the next video.